Hi, this is Robert Merritt with another race video. This is the October 7th VARA Datsun-Porsche shootout held in Las Vegas on the outside road course. 1.94 miles, 10 turns. There'll be a couple maps coming up. Big day for me. It was my first overall win. This shot is my stepfather Ollie in Florence, and of course me in the middle. I decided to put these pictures up front and say thanks for coming and thanks for all the help and support here in the beginning of the video. This is Bob, who preps my car and does everything for us, so thanks a million, Bob. Really appreciate it. This next shot is the track map, and it starts from the left, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle. I'll talk about it a lot. 6 as well. Thought there was going to be a lot of passing in turn 8, but most of it was in turn 1. That's me in my 1986 Ralt RT5, a Super V. It's a little bit smaller than the next two cars behind me. They're a little bigger and faster. This is a Formula Atlantic. It's John and a Renard, 1992. The red and white one is Martin. The orange one is Ed, and that was a sports racer, and this is Lilo in a white Can-Am 600 horsepower car. Martin in the red and white car, which you'll see in a minute, he's driving a 2002 Tatis. It's an Italian-made Formula Renault car, 2-liter. Mine's a 1.8 liter, if that matters to you. John in the yellow one, I mentioned that his is also a 2-liter. Ed's Formula Atlantic is a little older. It's a 1978. That's the orange one. It's got a 1.6-liter Cosworth in it. And then Lilo in the white one, the big one. This is the start of the race from inside. John right beside me starting second, and Martin's right behind me starting third. And this driving down into turn 1. I get a good jump. Surprised me. I thought John would be able to pull me, but no. So I'm in front, and it looks like I'm going to lead the first 2 laps here. I'm a little excited. This is the first time I've ever actually led a race. Now here's a replay of the start from the outside. You can see me pulling ahead and Martin slipping right behind me. He somehow got past John as well. I think John knew he's got a little bit more power than us and that he'd be able to pass us later. This is coming out of turn 2 through 3 and 4 and into 5, the one in the midfield where we reverse again. And John's right on Martin's butt. Again, it's only the first lap. I'm going to experience a little bit of missing, around 4,000, 5,000 RPM. My car's burping, and also when I go down to turn 8, this is turn 6 onto the back straight, sweeps around through turn 7 and then down into 8 in front of the grandstands where we'll do a lot of heavy braking. So I had a little burping coming out of there, and I'm like, oh geez, I hope the car's going to be okay. And then down here, I guess I'm thinking about that, and so I grind the gears a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. But I'm doing okay, and not making too many mistakes yet, but I'm pretty sure Martin got a little closer to me there, and probably thinking about that here as I go through turn 9, get over to the left, and then here into turn 10. I'm turning a little late there. And getting on the gas a little late, but again, I'm feeling okay. So I complete this lap in the lead. There we go, my first lap led, and then I'll show you part of lap 2 right here at the beginning, and then we'll pick up towards the end of lap 2. Yeah, here's the end of lap 2 going down into turn 8. I think I grind the gears here. I don't think I did on the first lap, but here I kind of grind the gears a little bit, not too smooth. Martin's right behind me. I think I had the burping issue more on this lap than the first one out there back in turn 6. And so Martin's getting a pretty good jump on me here, and so I was sort of half expecting he's going to be able to pass me here. And as you'll see as we get down into the braking zone for turn 1, he's right up beside me, and I just let him go by cleanly. No point in trying to be foolish here. As Martin goes by, you see he's moving around a little bit, but he doesn't look too bad. This is the same shot from the inside. And then you see John, he's right there, waiting for us to mess up, probably. And we continue on lap 3 now into turn 2, which 1 and 2 turned out to be a good combination for me today. I didn't think it would. It was ones I had the most trouble with in practice, getting them right. This next turn here, 3, 4, and then the one in the middle there, turn 5, where we reverse back to the left. That one was good to me all day. I was doing pretty well out of there into turn 6 and then all the way through 8. And so let's see here. This is picking up on the lap 3 after Martin's passed us. And this is coming out of that turn 2 through 3. The S's, if you will, through turn 4 right there. And this next one is turn 5. I was doing real well braking here, catching up with both Martin and John here, as you'll see later. And so this is part of that third lap after Martin passed me, and then I think we'll take a jump ahead here again. I'm smoothing out at this point. I've calmed down since I'm not leading anymore. But I had that burping right there in turn 6, and John took advantage of it and just blew right by me. Again, I'm kind of worrying about the car, but it's not really doing it, but just in that one spot, and so I'm just going to push on. I think I'll probably finish 3rd today, and I'll be happy if that's what happens, so keep on moving. Here's lap 4, pretty much the same place. Looks like I fell back a little bit here, but John's trying to pass Martin now here in turn 1 and turn 2, and he actually does. This is the beginning of lap 5, and because they're dicing with each other and passing, that slows them down. Plus I'm getting into a groove. I just did a 130 lap, and I think that'll be the slowest lap I do for about the next 12 laps or 11 laps. I started speeding it up here. In fact, I end up doing 5 laps in the 128s and about 7 laps in the 129s, all back to back. So as you see here doing this, I'll be getting closer and closer to them both here. I think that's John passing Martin there, yeah, from the exterior shot it was. And I was just showing you turn 1 and turn 2. And so now that was lap 5 beginning. This is 2 laps later, and as you can see, I put down some laps. If you can read on the left there, you see the last lap was a 128.6, and so I've closed right back up on John and Martin. And now lap 7 through about lap 13, I think, or 11, something like that. It's just us me chasing Martin and harassing Martin, and him chasing John. I'm thinking I can probably pass Martin, but I'm not too optimistic I'll be able to catch John. Also, if you notice, Martin seems to be moving around a little bit. Sorry, this is turn 5, and it's just showing how close I am to Martin. He's probably having to look in his mirrors more than he wanted to today, while still trying to chase John. That's turn 6 onto the back straight. Again, picking up where we were. Again, start of lap there. It says all the way through lap 11 here. I think it'll come up next. We pass Sports Racer. And then on lap 8, actually I think that'll come first here. This is coming out of turn 10, and it's showing just how close we are together. It was pretty cool for the spectators. The whole race, as you can tell, was like this. This is lap 8 here, and this is us not passing a sports race, but passing that 600 horsepower Can-Am. His car is really quicker than ours, but he had his hands full trying to drive it out there today. Almost too much power on this track. This is jumping from 8 all the way to 11 because we're passing this other traffic here. That's a sports racer. I thought both cars were going to be a problem, but we hit them just right, and we're able to just slip right by them. They didn't really make much difference in the race. Just helped keep us close, I guess. But John's getting away a little bit, it looks like, there from us. But again, turn 1 and 2, I'm very quick, and so is Martin, actually. And we'll catch right back up to John here. I think John might have almost overshot turn 1 there or something. I don't know. You'll see we're right behind him here. And then, again, didn't know it at this time, but Martin in front of me is kind of moving around, wiggling a lot, and apparently he was getting some oil from John's car, was on his face mask after the race, so that means it was probably on his tires, so he had his hands full trying to stay in front of me. I almost tapped him right there, had to back out to make sure I didn't make contact, and then here I'm thinking, well, I'm going to do an over-under, but I got a little burp there and didn't quite get enough run. His car's a little quicker anyway. That was going to be hard to do. So I just let him see me in the mirrors and move over back behind him, take advantage of the draft down here to turn 8, thinking, oh, maybe I'll be able to pass him. But Martin is pretty good under brakes in his car there, and I can make him look at me, but I can't really get a good safe pass on him there. And because I've been so quick through turn 1 and 2, I'm thinking that that's probably where I'm going to get my chance to pass him. And so that's what I'm really focused on, is staying close right here and maybe making a pass attempt in turn 2. There's a car pulling off, some kind of problem, and away we go into from lap 12 into lap 13 now. And I'm pretty close, so I'm showing myself to Martin again, just making him look. And I almost get a pass on him there, but I'm kind of over in the rocks. I don't know if you can see him, and so I'm like, that's not too smart. Get back over on the racing line. And so I'm going to have to try something else here. And I still feel pretty sure I can make that work, but I just don't need to get over there that early. Need to wait until I'm closer to turn 2. So, again, I know this is a lot of time here on these few laps, but these were the critical ones. This is lap 13. I think I showed you almost all of lap 13. Again, I just did a 128.7. That's a quick time, and these are the right times to be doing the quick ones, of course, when you're chasing here for the lead. Usually our races lap between 14 and 16 or 17 laps. It's just a matter of how many we can squeeze in 20 minutes. Here the laps aren't too long, so I know we got a couple left, but I'm not certain how many. This is the end of lap 13, and we're getting ready to go through turn 10 here onto the front straight. And I'm thinking, well, I'm probably going to get third. Maybe I'll get lucky and pass Martin. And then I get a little gift from the racing gods, and see all that blue smoke? Martin was getting some oil, and John unfortunately blew an engine. Sorry about that, John. Hope you get back out soon. That's probably going to be expensive with that engine. Here we are, Martin probably oiling his tires, distracted, and I'm just good through there, and all of a sudden I'm right on his butt. You can see him moving around a lot. I don't know why it didn't affect me as much. I do some quick hand moves here, but not near as much as Martin. Maybe the downforce is really helping me here. That last lap was a 129.8, and that was with him blowing his motor, so that slowed us down. Here's some more traffic, and I think it's Lilo again in the Can-Am. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to use him as a pick on the inside here, but with both of us coming, he didn't know where to go, so ended up on the outside, and I have to drop back in behind Martin. I think the next shot is an exterior view of that. This is a little bit earlier. There's lap 5. We're reversing back to the left on the course. I'm right behind Martin. I see the traffic. I move to the outside, think I'm going to take advantage of it, and then, nope, not so fast, right back behind Martin. So now we're really getting down to the end of the race, I think. I don't really realize it's lap 14, but I got to do something pretty quick. I just waved to the flag guy, letting him know, yeah, I know there's oil out. He has the yellow and red striped flag out. Again, you see I gain a lot of ground on Martin here in turns 1 and 2. And now I'm like, well, I think I got one more shot here, maybe. I think this might be the last lap, or next to last lap. And if I don't pass him here in turn 8, or in turn 1 and 2, then I'm going to finish in second place. So I'm really just kind of focused on getting up as close as I can to him, staying with him as close as I can here in turn 6, and then back on the back straight. Boy, he's wiggling all over the place there. I can't believe he's still got oil on his tires, but he must, moving around like that. Martin's normally very steady. So you can see I'm showing him myself to him, letting him know I'm there, trying to distract him, trying to get him to make an error down here, miss a gear or something. But he's looking very solid here. Going right through. He even pulls a little away from me a little bit there. I get it back right here in turn 9. So I'm pretty good. I downshift here in the first. I like where I'm sitting. So I'm coming out of turn 9 into turn 10 here when we pick up the shot again, and I'm going to be right on his butt and hopefully get a shot at turn 1. But if not turn 1, I feel sure I'll be able to get him into turn 2. He drifts wide. I'm on the gas hard, so I'm like, I might get him here in turn 1. And so I've got pedal to the metal, as they say. I fake to the outside, make him move over a little, and down the inside I go. Kind of a classic little pass. Little quick hands there to keep from making myself look too stupid. And I think I'd do it again here. Yep, there it goes again. And lap 16, the final lap, they did wave the white flag as we went by right there. This is the last lap, but I'm pretty comfortable being in front. I haven't been having the slippery looking problems that Martin's had, so this jumps us ahead to the end of lap 16 and the checkered flag. There we are. It was actually just so much fun. I don't even know how to describe it. It's my first overall win ever, even though it was only 8 or 9 cars. 4 of them were able to go much quicker than me under the right conditions, of course. Didn't help one of them blew his engine, helped me. This is pulling into the pits for the flag, though. My wife's pretty excited, as you can see. She's sitting there on the ground, and I'm going to stop the...
That was a good race, huh?
Oh my god, that was so exciting! Oh, you're so good. Let me get another picture of you. Wait a minute.
All right, hurry up. I'm hot and thirsty. Woo. That's going to be good on the video. Hold on. Woo. You should have seen her run up, Bob. It's going to be good on the video. All right. Thank you.
So as usual, my wife was very entertaining to me. I was laughing at her jumping around more than anything. That's, of course, Bob. I want to thank him again for a great job. This is my timesheet. If you want to look at the various laps, that's in order of fastest laps. And thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy.